Talk about your trip with family. I recently went on a trip with my family, and it was a wonderful experience. We decided to visit a national park. The journey began early in the morning. We all packed our bags the night before and woke up with excitement. After a quick breakfast, we piled into the car, and the adventure began. The drive to the national park was long but beautiful. We passed through picturesque landscapes, with mountains on one side and a river on the other. The greenery and fresh air made the journey enjoyable. We stopped at a few scenic spots along the way to take photos. It was fun capturing those moments. When we arrived at the national park, we were amazed by the natural beauty. The park was vast, with lush forests and tall trees. The air was so crisp and clean. We decided to go on a hiking trail. The path was well marked, and we followed it with excitement. The hike was a bit challenging, but it was worth it. We saw waterfalls, birds, and even a deer. It felt like being in a fairy tale. After the hike, we had a picnic by a lake. We had sandwiches, fruit, and snacks. It was so nice to sit by the water, eat, and chat with family. We also played some games and shared stories. It was a simple but joyful time. In the afternoon, we visited a nature center in the park. There, we learned about the wildlife and the environment. The kids in our family were especially curious and had lots of questions for the park rangers. It was an educational and fun experience. As the sun began to set, we made our way to the campsite. We had brought a tent and camping gear. Setting up the tent was a team effort, and it was a bit of an adventure on its own. We made a campfire and roasted marshmallows for s'mores. The night was clear, and we could see the stars twinkling above. It was a magical moment, and we even tried to spot constellations. Sleeping in a tent was a bit different from our beds at home, but it was a fun experience. We could hear the sounds of nature all around us, like crickets and owls. It felt like we were part of the wilderness. The next morning, we woke up early and had a simple breakfast by the campfire. On our second day in the national park, we explored more trails. We found a hidden waterfall that wasn't on the main map. It was a surprise discovery and one of the highlights of our trip. We also encountered a family of squirrels who were playful and curious. In the afternoon, we went for a boat ride on a peaceful lake. The water was calm, and the boat glided smoothly. We saw ducks swimming and enjoyed the tranquility. The kids in our family loved feeding the ducks, and it was a memorable experience for them. As the day came to an end, we gathered around the campfire again. We shared our favorite moments from the trip and talked about how nature is so important. We felt a deep connection with each other and with the environment. It was a bonding experience. Our trip with family was a special time filled with adventure, nature, and togetherness. It reminded us of the beauty of the outdoors and the joy of spending time with loved ones. We made lasting memories that we'll cherish forever.